On Sunday night, BBC viewers saw Countryfile commemorate the 80th D-Day anniversary with a special edition of the show. It seemed as though Countryfile viewers were less than impressed on Sunday night as the BBC show dedicated the hour-long show to the 80th anniversary of D-Day. During the episode, fans were taken to Dorset, where host Anita Rani spoke to a range of people, all with special links or connections. Later in the show, presenter Adam Henson found out how farming changed during the Second World War. However, it seemed as though people weren't keen on the special being dedicated to D-Day, with many suggesting it had very little to do with the countryside. Taking to Twitter to air their thoughts, @Cardicariat asked, "What's happened to BBC Countryfile? What does a war tank have to do with farming, let alone the country?" #Countryfile. @Atkinson1 Peter commented, @BBC, when did Countryfile turn into a history program? @Ochepis wrote, "Countryfile returns next week with countryside news? Until then, sleep emoji." Jeffbar 68,809,961 asked, #Countryfile, why not have a separate D-Day special and let Countryfile be about country and farming matters? It is good stuff, but not Countryfile, more like Historyfile. However, not everyone seemed to mind the special episode, as some praised the BBC for airing it. Ring 8899 said, #Countryfile, another great fascinating episode, well done. With @BaggyDave70 commenting, Countryfile excellent tonight. During the episode, viewers saw Anita Rani speak to one man whose father took part in dangerous D-Day training exercises. The rehearsals on Studland Bay were extremely realistic, with the soldiers using live ammunition to simulate the intensity of being on the front line. Tony's dad, Jim, was a driver in the British Army who was heavily involved in Operation Belch. He explained, "They set up an installation here to set the sea on fire. The option was to drive an amphibious tank through the sea on fire to make sure that it could survive a landing in Normandy. Jim was sent out alone to see if the system would work, which was a great risk as it hadn't been tested before. Although he wasn't involved in the D-Day assault," Tony explained, "No, what happened to him was he was actually detailed off to go with the 4th and 7th Dragoon Guards onto D-Day. But at the very last moment, somebody on high said, 'Hang on, we need to take the most experienced crews back out of action so they can train for crossing fast rivers.'" Speaking about his father clearly meant a lot to him, as Tony started to get emotional looking at photos of the war hero.